7:02 p.m. starting the meeting of the North Sherborn Water Sewer District Commission on April 15, 2026. Roll call vote. Steve?
Present.
Marion?
Here.
Josh?
Present.
Matt?
Here.
And I am here. Tonight's agenda, we'll get some minutes done hopefully, but we'll put those toward the end again as we've been doing. We're going to discuss the regulations and plans that we need to discuss. I think I have them all listed, but I probably am missing some. Sewer access for Coolidge Street residents. If any resident is here to discuss Coolidge Street, is there anyone here to discuss Coolidge Street? That may be deferred to another meeting.
Andrea, we still could discuss it if we want
Yeah.
to discuss it.
Okay.
It's a public meeting, so we can discuss.
We'll bring it up. The EIR responses, Marion had something about that. Update IMA information and general startup information and the startup process if we have time. All right, and anyone, I move that we, does anyone have a modification or a change to the agenda? Hearing none, I'll move that we accept the agenda as read with changes to the minutes going toward the end of the meeting. Other than that, we'll follow it. Roll call vote. Steve?
Wait, I'll second it and then I'll vote.
Oh.
Yes.
Excellent, thank you. Josh?
Aye.
Marion?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Okay. Shall we, does anyone have anything to say first, or should we get right into, I was thinking the sewer and water O&M plans. Did anyone else have any other suggestion?
No, but just a note, because it comes first in your list of stuff to do there. I just checked the sewer regulations on the SharePoint, and I think, remind me, we took a look at my revisions of the connection section of the sewer regulations. I'm pretty sure we reviewed that. I don't see my revised version in the SharePoint, which I'm sure is my fault, but I just want to make sure that we reviewed it and it's okay to post it in the SharePoint.
I believe that so we looked at your screen. Did we look at the screen for the relevant sections?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was Marion, you had screen shared it and then we discussed it. So as far, I don't remember, did we take a vote on the entire thing? I don't even remember.
I believe we did.
Yeah.
I think we voted to adopt them as draft with the changes that we made, but that.
Liz, did you get an email copy of the sewer regs after the last meeting?
I have a copy from, I think I did. I have a copy from Marion on just the revised sections. I have that open. And then.
Right. The thing is, I think it's probably all my fault. I don't remember if I put that revised section that we did go through into the sewer regulations and then put a new version on the SharePoint. I go to the SharePoint now. I'm in the SharePoint, and there's not a revised version there. So I think I just didn't get it done. Okay.
Yeah, I got from Andrea tonight's agenda, everything that she distributed for tonight's meeting. I'm not
the sewer rigs were not in the bunch that Andrea distributed.
Yeah.
Because I think we assumed that we were done. We had a good enough draft and we're done with that for now.
I believe that that's where we left off. We can we can pull it back up on the screen if you want. Otherwise,
Mhm.
maybe just load it for next time and we'll
Yeah, I'll load it for next time.
okay. With that, I think with the we can start the O&M plans perhaps.
Hmm.
The sewer one, we might start with the sewer.
Okay.
And unless someone has different ideas, I'm open to suggestion.
No, you're the chair. You tell us what to do.
Ooh, wow. Feeling the power. I just think the sewer is always a little more challenging than the water, it seems, so we might as well.
Okay.
Do I have the right screen shared?
Looks good.
Okay.
Mhm.
You have scanned down a little. Yes, that's the one.
Can you make it, can you make it a little bigger? There you go.
Yep.
Yep, thank you.
Okay. How would you like to proceed? So is there specific comments we want to go through or sections? Or do you want me to kind of scroll through and explain briefly what each section is doing?
Um, maybe we scroll through and like
How many
30,
pages is it?
37.
27.
Maybe we scroll through section by section. I had
Okay.
few questions, I guess, but I don't know how else.
Yeah.
I think that's
I,
probably
I
what we'll.
failed on going through it. I was away last weekend and then I've been caught up in minutes. So
Yeah, it's
I don't have a lot of comments on that.
Yeah, going
base.
through it, I think I noticed there are just some areas where it looked there were some questions that your consultant had in there. And maybe we could just scroll down and see where the questions come up or where things look not done.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. Um, that is in part because we don't have the overseeing operating entity. So, um, and yes, we're going to remove your vehicle maintenance program. So there are some holes here that will be filled out once you have somebody on board. We did try to define, I think I used the term maintenance operator.
Mhm.
Okay. And also, we don't have all of our permit conditions in place as well. So MWRA may issue conditions that we want to appendix in here. That's what this highlights about. And or we have the IMA that could go in there as well, anything from WRC. So those types of things we may want to include in the manual just so they're available for the maintenance operator and for the commission. You know, you guys might decide you don't want to do this anymore, and there may be new people coming in. So just making sure the information is carried through.
Okay.
So, yep.
I guess. Sorry, I'm jumping right in. Um, 1.2.1.
Collection system.
Yeah. I think that at the last, well, it's where it starts the 2,000 linear feet. So I guess a lot of the things that I highlighted just to talk through are sort of merging. You all own it for the time for initially, and then, but we manage it. But you all will hire the folks to operate it but then we're responsible for operating it. I just the merging of that, I just need to get straight in my head. And then we collect the money, but you pay your sub-consultant, or I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so initially the thought was, while it's just Toll and Coolidge, and this may change if um, like Sweetwater or somebody else wants to jump in initially, we're the only users, they would be maintaining and operating it. So they would maintain it and they could submit documentation to you that it's being maintained and operated in accordance with your regulations. And then if and when other users joined in, it would have to be turned over to the district at that time, and then the district would be responsible for the maintenance and operation. So the initial thought was it would keep it simpler for the district. You wouldn't be responsible for the maintenance. However, I mean, if we want to start out with this force main being public, we're open to that discussion as well.
Well, I think it is good to, so these will survive regardless of the future of this system. It's good to write into this, the initial responsibility and then the long-term responsibility. I think that's not too hard to add.
So I guess
So,
one question is how would it work? Let us say that at one point, whether it's from the very beginning or if it's sometime down the line when an additional customer joins the system. So then at that point, how does the maintenance work? Because presumably, the large pump station is still going to be on Toll/Kennedy Wilson property, and that pump station should be maintained by you still, right? But then the pipe itself in the right of way would become public. So what is the
yeah.
maintenance sort of breakdown there
So
between those
I
two?
think in that case, your rates are going to go up, right, for wastewater, because now you have to take on capital improvement planning. You have to plan for if that force main breaks, it's now yours and you would have to fix it. So you need to make sure you have capital to do so. That I think is the big thing. And then there's also just, infrastructure has a certain lifespan. So you do want to plan to be able to replace it in 50 plus years or so when it starts to need that. So in the water, we're going to, well, when we start setting rates, that will be part of it for water initially. We could probably rough out the force main as well. Like, initial wastewater rates would really be covering maintenance related to the meter and whatever connection we have from the meter to Natick and whatever Natick fees are, plus capital improvement planning for that. You still have to make sure that meter's working and have funds to cover that. And then, what would the rate jump look like when you have additional users in there?
Liz, in this particular paragraph that's highlighted, it seems a second sentence there after you say shall be maintained by the system operators, you should say shall initially be maintained or shall be maintained by the system operators for Coolidge Crossing and Meadowbrook Commons as long uh, as they are the sole users of the system. And then uh, during this period, the NSWSD does not perform. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Then another, it can go on to say how it'll work. If, well, here we go, additional connections. Yeah, there's sort of a paragraph missing in there, how it'll work after additional properties are added.
Okay.
And how they're added is a whole nother issue. You could refer to the sewer rules and regulations for that.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Mm.
I hate to make you compose a paragraph
I know, and I'm trying not to use
with everybody
adding in
wants it.
additional in the same sentence, but I think I'm gonna
But
have
you get
to.
you get the idea. Maybe just make
Yeah.
a note there. Um, you know, maintenance.
It's
Uh,
okay. It's not literature. It just needs to make sense.
yeah,
You're allowed to you're
Yeah.
allowed to be redundant with
Oh,
additional.
I know, it's just a pet peeve. Okay, hang on. All right. Okay.
maintenance of the public, maintenance of the infrastructure in the public way after, yeah, of additional users. Yeah.
Mm, turned over, be conveyed.
Yeah.
WSD. Yeah.
Don't worry, your typing's much better than mine.
You read my mind.
Okay, wastewater.
But the paragraph before was not about rates. It was about
I know. Okay. You don't
for
want the whole
item.
thing here.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Uh,
we'll
so
need to do the
so aside from the rates, is there
maintenance.
maintenance? Is there routine maintenance of just the force main itself?
Force mains are pretty good. They are designed to be self-cleaning, so we target trying to have between 2 and 12 feet per second is like your self-cleaning velocity. So you have, you know, pressurized flow pushing through there, making sure you're not getting clogged up. Uh, there could be, I mean, because we do have crossings underneath the aqueduct and underneath the course brook. Um, so that could be places where there needs to be additional flushing and or um, we could have like I don't really anticipate it being clogged, but you could have problems at those pinch points long term potentially. But generally, really there isn't. You might do like a flushing like I don't think very often. I don't think we carried anything like maybe as needed.
Hmm.
Um, Pump stations are usually where you have your problems. So
Yeah.
that's usually where you have clogging, failure, and or alarms you have to attend to.
Okay.
So
You have
S-
any info yet on what material, what size of material the pipe is? Have you
yeah,
decided yet?
so
Is it
well, we're still kind of there's so right now the leading thought is that we're likely going to end up with a 4-inch force main. This will allow single family residents to tie in, no problem. And we're going to upsize our pumps to allow that as well. This doesn't allow for larger developments, but so we're thinking it's going to be a 4-inch, and I think we're leaning towards HDPE because we have that horizontal directional drilling
yeah,
going on.
yeah.
So either you can go ductile iron with these or PVC HDPE. PVC doesn't always lend itself to that directional drilling because it's a little more rigid.
Right.
So the HDPE is, where we're leaning at the moment. It's
Pretty indestructible too.
Yeah, indestructible, but then also versus like ductile or PVC has the more ability to give if it needs to without deteriorating. So,
Right. When you
Oh.
say let other residents tie in, so if that's a force main, if they tied in, what would they have? A pump on their side that would have to
everyone's gonna
pump into
have
the,
to pump. Yeah, he,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yep. So
And there'd be like backflow preventers. So when they're
every,
pumping,
yeah,
it's not
that
backfeeding.
that standard design pumps all have at least a check valve, like so flow can only go one way. It can't come back into the system. Um, so yes, there will be preventers or valves to prevent backflow into their systems.
And Liz, you've talked before about the need for the pumps to talk to each other. I don't know how pumps talk to each other, but so that not everyone is pumping at the same time, or that I mean, I don't understand that
So I
at all, but
think
it,
after attending the select board meeting and kind of circling back with Toll and Kennedy Wilson, we've decided to upsize our pumps. So we're going to take the cost out of those residential, only the residential single family pumps. So we'll be looking everything Course South to be able for our pump to be able to push their flow. So that will have an energy consideration and a pump upsizing, as well as we've gone from a 3 to a 4 inch force main since last week. So that is how we're moving forward. If a new development came in, for one, I mean, that might not align with the district legislation, but they would then need to put in that telemetry into those systems. So, um,
So how
what
does,
was
oh,
that last
sorry.
thing you said? They would put in that telemetry. What?
telemetry. So, oh gosh, it's something I just spec. I don't usually explain how it works. I don't know how the
That is,
internet talks to each other. It's just it's a
pumps would have to coordinate.
yeah, basically it's an electronic
Hmm.
telecommunication system that will allow the pumps to understand this one's running, I can't run.
Yeah.
Essentially that's what it's doing.
But that would only be applicable to a larger development, not the single.
Yeah,
But
yeah, so if
could I ask about the farm, the farm that's
the
not a residence?
so I think we'll need to work with them to understand their flow, right?
Mhm.
Right now, I think we have them assessed at 1,100 gallons, so a little bit double to triple a single family residence. I think that can be accommodated, but if I'm not sure what the threshold's going to be, but there could be a tipping point where we're like that's too much head for our pumps to take.
Right.
So,
Although much of that water, if I understand that original analysis correctly, is for watering horses. And
yep,
that doesn't
which
get
we're
into
not
the,
going to flush, right? So it's just a matter, I think,
exactly.
really of
So the only
understanding
thing
that.
that's there are bathrooms for the kids that are using.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I just need to get the details of his
Yeah.
operation to really get
Okay.
a
Well, that's
good
good to know.
assessment.
That helps us a lot.
Yeah,
So
yep, yeah.
I
We've
have
been kind of
another
go ahead.
question. So if the pumps for the sewer are on the development's property and those pumps are increased for the flow, how does it get from the farm to those pumps to be pumped? So the farm has
The
to
farm
pump
will have
onto,
its own pump. So what we're going to provide the residents is a generic specification. So it's not an engineered plan because each situation is going to have to be customized to its own home. But there are these pumps, they're called E1. They are injector pumps. So they can take a little bit of flow and give you a big high slug of it fast and quick out of that pump. So those can handle operating at the higher gallons per minute that we're going to need in this system. So what the
And
residents
those,
are going to get are going to be, you have to use the system. You're going to have to do your own have your own engineering done to
Mhm.
get this system to work. But we've taken out the need for them to have telemetry in their system.
And where does their pump? So their pump. Where does the effluent go? So they have a pump on their property,
It'll go into our force main
and it goes into that. So why are you putting increased size pumps on the project
because
if they're
our
not going to be
pumps
pumping
are
it?
end of the line, and we're not saying that residential pumps need to, we're letting them operate when they need to operate. So we're not saying you guys need to hold back if we're pumping. So if they're
I get it.
pumping when we're pumping, we're pushing more.
Then you need more. I get it now.
Yeah,
Okay,
yep. So it's
perfect.
more head. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't need that. You don't need that communication because your pumps can pump at the same time.
Yeah. Again, we're
Okay.
we're taking this, we're building this in for
Hmm.
single family homes and likely Sweetwater too. I'm pretty sure that if it's just a camp with some bathrooms that he's been able to mitigate with a tight tank and some porta potties, we can take his flow. But I just want to make
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
we understand fully what that system is
yeah, yeah.
before we,
Okay, I get it.
yeah.
I just wanted to understand.
Good, thanks.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question about sort of what you're composing right now on screen? And this is,
Yeah, which I stopped. I had to highlight because I can't.
yeah,
Yeah.
and this is a layperson's lack of understanding. So, force main versus like when you use the terms force main here, is that just generally understood in the industry to only talk about the pipe and
Yes.
not the pump
Force
station?
main
Okay.
is a pressurized pipe.
Okay.
Yep.
I just wanted to make sure that force main didn't presume that the pump, which is creating the force, is part of the system.
Nope.
So here now, when we're saying that essentially that the force main is being conveyed to the district, and that you maybe will probably need to add a line in here about you're probably halfway through composing it about how the district will take over sort of ongoing routine
Yep.
maintenance as needed of the force main. I just want to make sure it's clear that the district is not responsible for maintaining anybody's pumps, whether it's the big one at the big developments or these smaller ones at individual people's homes. I don't want people to think that, oh, I built this, but I thought that the district was going to be maintaining it for me.
No.
No, but there may be, I may have misunderstood, but will there possibly be a pump at or near the Natick line?
Nope. That's a
No.
meter.
Okay, that's just a meter. Good.
Yep.
Okay.
I think
And
Stephen
where?
also, oh,
No, go
sorry
ahead,
about
Josh.
that. It's pretty similar to the water system. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, Liz, but their pump, their tank, and their pump, all their equipment is on their property. So we
Mhm.
don't even start probably right until the town line, which is just going to be a force main anyhow. So it's all force main. I don't think any of their pumps will be on our land or town land.
Okay.
No, unless there was, again, some sort of town, district, or neighborhood project where the place they can only see it happening would be along Meadowbrook if they all came
Mhm.
together and said, we don't want to each have an individual pump station. Our intent is to include Meadowbrook in this metric. Again, they're planned south of Course Brook, so they would just have very long force mains going to our system. So, and also need water before they can connect for the ITA.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Um, should we say the next, if we're done with that, additional connections of the force main by other properties within the district may be permitted. Should we just add there at the individual owners, at the prospective property owner's expense, or is that not necessary?
But that's elsewhere, both in the
Okay,
bylaws and the regulations, so it's probably not necessary here.
okay. It's just
Yeah.
it tracks. That's fine.
Okay. Permits, approvals, specific conditions, we'll get those when we can. So, Um, goals. Legal authority. Very
Mhm.
standard.
2.3.1. I think
Mhm.
we need a before and after type. The district shall retain a qualified third-party maintenance contractor to perform routine maintenance. Um, is that after or once or when we own it?
You again are always going to own those,
The piping, the force main
the meter.
meeting.
Yeah, so you're always going to have that. And granted, this is verbatim from water as well. So, um, you are going to have a maintenance contractor. It's just a matter of their scope will expand when you get the force main.
Mhm.
Okay.
And where you are in the highlight there, instead of town clerk, that should be the town treasurer collector.
Oh, thank you.
Not that we've confirmed that with her, but that's who we're going to be asking.
Is it treasurer? Is it treasurer?
It's a
Collector?
combined position, treasurer collector.
Oh, okay.
So treasurer, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was one. And I think I had mentioned that last week that we wrote it in because I had heard it, but I wasn't. Okay, good. Okay.
Mhm.
So these will be your initial rates once they are set.
And talking about the rates, just because you had mentioned once the district takes over the force main, then the rates would go up. But presumably there would be a concomitant reduction in the rates that the HOAs or whatever for Coolidge Crossing and Meadowbrook Commons were charging to the residents, right? Because effectively the capital planning costs would be taken over by the district as opposed, I mean, like, because
Um,
so long as you guys own the pipes, you would also still have to have a plan for capital
so
improvement, right?
with Meadowbrook and Coolidge, we're gonna have one water meter for each of those, so they each get one bill. So that I believe may be reflected in the HOA or individual bills.
But Steve is right, as long as you guys own the force main and no one else is plugged in yet, then you will have to have a rate that covers possible eventuality
Yep.
that could happen to you.
Yeah, absolutely. In their HOA. I guess I just see the cost kind of
It just gets
just
shifted
in
from
a
one.
different vehicle,
Yeah,
right?
right,
Like so
right,
Toll and
Yeah,
Kennedy Wilson have to carry it initially in their HOA calculations, but then it's still gonna have to be in those HOA or however they're distributing the
right,
water
right,
sewer
they'll
charges
still be
from
paying.
right.
because you're gonna
The
now
end
charge them
user
it. Yeah,
the
yep.
end user is going to pay the same. It's just that the
Mm.
way the bill breaks down might look a little bit different to
Yeah,
somebody who was
exactly.
OCD and was looking real close at their water sewer bills.
And
Um,
we do, yeah,
Okay, I just
both
wanted to
with
make sure that rate increase on the district side didn't represent an actual increased cost, sort of from a universal perspective. It's
no.
just the cost is being shifted from one party to a different party.
Yep.
Okay.
Um, training and safety, this is pretty standard. And really, this is more prescriptive, stating like the maintenance contractor has to do these things. So just making sure that they're up on confined space and first aid and general safety when working in and around sewer. Um,
They you talks about PPE being made available. I mean, like we're not gonna have PPE for them.
PPE shall be available. I think
I mean, yeah, I guess they would provide their own.
The maintenance contractor is ultimately responding for training. Okay, hang on. Let's just
Provided
fix
by the
that.
maintenance director. Okay, sorry, it does say it's provided by them.
Does it?
Yeah,
Oh,
right
it
in that
does. It
highlighted. Yeah,
does. Yeah,
yeah.
at the end.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah, yeah, we were trying to make sure that we put the burden on them because
Yeah,
understanding that, um, so
they
standard
would have.
equipment, let me
Maintenance
see.
contractor.
And then same thing, tools, spare parts, requiring the maintenance contractor to have that in their own facility.
Mhm.
Customer service, um, tried to keep this as broad as we could, committing that notifications will happen, and it could be through calling, posting like actual flyers. Your website is another vehicle as well. Some districts will commit to using like Facebook posts. I didn't want to commit you guys to that.
So you're using web posts as a sort of general term.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Um,
I thought it
we
would
have a
almost,
website, so
yeah, I thought your website would be a better vehicle, like if you just maintain that
uh,
and have your information there versus unless somebody wants to jump on social media and create the Sherborn
no.
Water Sewer
No,
District
thank you.
page.
we're adding that to your clerk's duties, Josh.
Yeah. No, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm the
Hey
wrong
guys,
age group.
You
hey
don't want
guys,
to run the district's TikTok and Insta?
I don't want to be anywhere near any of those.
hey guys, we could become influencers.
Okay. Um,
I
work
think,
orders. Oh, go ahead.
sorry, sorry, it's not till 2.7.2.
I got a question. In the tools, equipment, and spare parts, does that include pump station parts?
No, because
Mm.
you don't own any pump stations.
So that's just stuff that would be for maintaining the force mains.
Um, I mean, this is pretty
Yeah,
minimal.
standard. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not going
Yeah.
to even have any manholes, are we?
You'll have a couple
Oh,
lids on
yeah,
the
yeah, at
meter.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's all we're going to have is from that. I keep thinking about the whole force main.
Hmm. And you'll have, well, there will be cleanouts on the force main before and after the aqueduct and before and after Course Brook, unless we
Okay.
get to go over the aqueduct. Or still haven't done that in soil testing. Um,
Point
customer
seven.
service. Go ahead.
No, you're not there yet. Two
Okay.
points. Yeah, go ahead. 2.7.1, 2.7.2 is where I had a question.
Okay. We okay with
Um,
skipping?
Oh, yeah, Sherburne DPW office.
I
yeah,
haven't asked Sean. I just thought he would want to have these records available. Um,
yeah,
so
For
Would say
sure.
he would.
yeah. But also I think it's do you mean wastewater main as opposed to water main records?
no, good catch.
I think we know what you meant, what it was meant, but
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Records and daily logs. I put this on the burden of the maintenance contractor with giving the district the right to access them and regulatory agencies at any time. SCADA system and instrumentation. This would be a feature of the meter. Meter is not designed yet. That's why we have a TBD there.
Can I ask another question, Liz? See if you have any idea on this. Does the reading device for the water master meters, is that the same reading device you would use on the sewer master meter?
Oh, I am not the meter expert.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
my instinct is to say no, just because sewage is a little, we'll call it lumpier than water.
No,
So,
I meant like the remote, like someone
oh,
drive-by
yep.
meter reading device. Um,
So, yeah, the way that we're structured right now is that we are billing off of water usage. So, yes, everything would be the same. For those master meters, I will need to confirm that, if that
yeah,
master sewage meter is going to be the same. And we're meeting with the MWRA in 2 weeks to go through their requirements.
because they're not going to want to have to come pop covers every time and physically read the meter, right? So I didn't know whether
Oh, yeah, that would be a pain in the butt.
yeah, yeah. So I didn't
No,
know
I
whether it was the same reader for
I
all the
think it
meters.
will have a it will have some sort of SCADA system in it, so you can get automatic data from it. So,
Okay.
Another layman's question. What's SCADA?
oh gosh,
Tough
it's an
system.
acronym. Oh, go ahead.
It's a tough system to use. It's just a reporting system.
Okay.
Yeah, we had one in Harvard, and it's an acronym.
It stands for Supervisory Control and Data Acquisition.
Thank
Jeremy
you.
Googled it quicker.
We all look for it.
No, I used to have it. I used to have access to all of the SCADA and Natick, so
Yeah.
I know the systems. It's so you can remotely kind of control equipment and monitor equipment to see how things are running, things are down, sends alerts, flow sensors. There's if a pump station overflowed, you get an alert. So, but SCADA, yeah, it's an acronym for just remote access to monitor how your system's performing.
Okay. So then initially there will be a SCADA system or there won't be. The way you've written it is a little squishy here.
It says TBD.
Sure.
So yes. Um,
Squishy.
yep. Yeah, we are again, those meters are not designed and we are going to be meeting.
Okay.
Yep. In 2 weeks with MWRA. All right. Funding. This is almost a basis of how rates are set in this paragraph here, where we talk about we'll set the funding based upon O&M needs of water, wastewater, or the budget shall be based upon O&M needs of wastewater, waste and water, including the maintenance contractor. We need to cover our usage costs as well as our IMA costs, and then debt if you ever get any, and then capital improvements. So looking into the future, making sure we have funds to maintain that line and or, you know, um, expand if that's ever a priority. And this just says that you're generating revenue through your fees, which are based upon meter data. Capacity management, you will have annual reporting to the MWRA. This is really the big vehicle for making sure that we're maintaining our flows at or below the ITA approval. There isn't any sort of like system shutdown. If you hit 0.08 million gallons per day, what would happen is it would be like, oh, we're over, a discussion with the MWRA, and then, um, likely a revision to the ITA. You can't shut down water and sewer due to public health concerns. Okay, so description of the system, wastewater system. It's a picture. And we'll probably update this as we get better graphics. I I think we've touched upon this before, infiltration, inflow. It's usually a concern when you have older leaky sewers and or connections that you might not know what exactly goes in there. Brand new pressure system, the probability of I&I is very low, but there still is that requirement that any new connections will pay NADEC to do their I&I to show a benefit to MWRA system.
But sorry, in the 4.1 overview at the very end of the first paragraph, it
Mhm.
says inflow is often directly related to the quantity of rainfall that a sewer system experiences. You mean that the area
The sewer
drained by the sewer
system,
system?
no, it's the rainfall the sewer system takes in.
Oh, okay.
Collects?
Collects would be better, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so it's if rainfall gets into your sewer system. The
Is
big
there any
cons
way that it could, given the design of the of this particular system?
uh
Mhm.
no, well, it's unlikely, right? Rainfall comes in more from what they would call illicit connections, connections where you might have uh an old catch basin directed to your system, or maybe you have older manholes that are leaky and getting puddling on top, or groundwater coming through. It's not, I&I is not something that's usually a concern of a brand new system that's 100% dedicated to sewage flow. Um, but it is a problem in the Commonwealth, and I'm not sure if you guys have heard like the um, Charles River Watershed Cut the Crap campaign. Like the MWRA does have outfalls into um, a couple different water bodies in the Commonwealth that will
Okay.
overflow during rainy time, and that's when we get release of sewage.
Okay, so this overview section is just a general statement about what
Yeah, we have to address it. It is required. You know, they don't give us a pass just because it's a new system, but again, you have a new pressurized system. Like,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Um, the public education, again, um, I think we could have a little flip on the website covering what I&I is, just to check the box here.
Hmm.
And okay, this is summarizing regulatory changes related to I&I. Cleaning, inspection, and assessment. So I think again, as we develop the system, we will get specific with the what needs to happen for it. So this is kind of a placeholder at the time. We did include gravity line. Again, we're intending to have at least a chunk of it between the meter and Natick. Fats, oils, and grease, bad for sewers. We can clog them just as they cool down and coagulate. Roots, also not good for any water conveying pipe.
So currently, where would the gravity line begin?
The meter is where we're hoping it'll begin.
Okay.
Or as soon as possible is where we're going to put it, but I think likely it'll be the outfall of the meter will, or just before the meter will come to dissipate the pressure. We could come in, just a couple feet of gravity pipe come into the meter and then come out via gravity.
Okay. And is the meter location effectively at the town line?
Yeah, it'll be somewhere around there. I think there are also wetlands that may be of consideration, but it has to be
Mhm.
before Natick.
Yeah. Okay. Because then where Coolidge hits Speen Street, we're still in Sherborn. So would the force main still be continuing up Speen Street for a little bit? Okay. So it
Yep.
wouldn't be like, let's try to run gravity as soon as you hit Speen Street.
No, I mean, I was hoping we would hit a hill, like hit a
Mm,
high point and then could go gravity, but it is uphill all the way to Natick.
okay.
All that looks like it's boilerplate.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So we can put pump station maintenance in here. Um, we will have the force main. This could just be for informative reasons, you know. Um, I think it's kind of one of those things that we're going to figure out as we advance the design, but we will definitely have the force main and the corrosion and odor control sections in here. So,
Would any of that, so what you're proposing for single family homes and having the whatever you called it, like a force
E1.
injector,
Yep.
yeah, would any of this information here be applicable to that, or is
No,
there?
actually, it's a good point. They probably are, they're similar but different.
Uh,
Right? Because we'll have large submersible pumps with floats. Um, theirs is just a much simpler
mhm,
system.
okay,
So,
okay, yeah. No, I was just thinking that if there are just kind of like private residents who end up needing to tie in and then they have a system, but they're obviously not experts, then having that information in a public document would be useful. But if it isn't really applicable to them, my assumption is that anybody that would be installing a large pump station probably has their own knowledge base about it. So unless it's useful to have parameters in there because how a pump station operates obviously would have ramifications for what happens in the force main, but it just I don't know seems unnecessary to have all that info in there, right?
yeah,
Unless you're helping the
absolutely.
public. Yeah.
Okay.
Some folks have
Um,
to pump private septic system, pump to their private septic system.
yeah. Yep.
It's not like no one has pumps ever.
No.
Right.
Um, easement maintenance access right now. You don't have any easements, but we're just again holding this in case
Mhm.
something goes out of the right of way during the design. Um, okay, reactive maintenance, what you do if things go bad. Um, so these are some triggers of what sewer enforcement means. You know, if you get an inspection or maintenance report that has identifies problems, customers calling, um, and probably doesn't need to be in there. And then any sort of sewer emergency overflow response um, relates more if you have outfalls that could go to a river or stream. If your system is overwhelmed, we don't have those. Uh,
But that first paragraph, sorry to interrupt, that first paragraph, should that include this section describes the North Sherborne Water Sewer District or contractor procedures? Like up above, it mentions the contractor lot holding the spare parts and the
yeah,
PPE. Should the contractor be in there also?
yes.
Yeah, the main, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
In that last sentence, it should say maintenance contractor staff shall be trained in these procedures. You had the "be" in there, and then you deleted it.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
shall be.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
That the maintenance contractor shall be doing this where possible. So overflow emergency, just noting we don't have any, defining what it is.
Mhm.
And emergency contacts, these were just some of the standard ones that are typically listed. Mass DEP, they have an emergency hotline, and then we also gave the regional contact numbers. Sherborn Board of Health, we can add anything else, anybody else.
What does Chicopee Board of Health have to do with this?
Oh,
Everybody calls Chicopee, don't you know?
there we go.
Nice.
Okay. Notification and reporting. So we
Mhm.
will add in a section about annual reports as we get our approvals. This gives you guidance on when to update the O&M. Any changes to the system, O&M should be updated.
Can you just do a little grammatical cleanup? That the second bullet point there, I just noticed all of the, Microsoft Word's grammar things. I think there's like some missing punctuation and stuff.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm just seeing what Microsoft Word
You
is telling
don't just like
me.
ignore those?
I usually do ignore them, but it's like most of this document doesn't have a lot of them. So then when I see them, it's like more notable.
Yeah, period after components. There we go.
Oh, I think it's comma.
Oh yeah, it looks like a list.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, and then so where it says including installation, the installation probably doesn't need a capital I
Yeah.
either. All right.
Yeah, and
Sorry
then
for
a
that.
period after responsibilities in the second bullet, the end of the second bullet. There you go.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, and I think so we will include the system plans, um, agreements, and then
Rules
it
and
is standard to appendix rules and regulations to
Mhm.
this as well, just so again, you're giving maintenance contractor everything. It feels redundant to me, but I conceded on that one. Um,
All right, two more dumb questions.
yeah,
One, why is this all on tie and bond letterhead?
because I changed jobs in the middle of
I
this
know, but
creation,
like,
and yeah,
this is this is going to be a district document, right?
yeah, yeah, we can reformat it as well. I think it's just a ownership branding type thing that we had did it.
Okay, it's not a criticism. I'm just kind of
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
ultimately the final version of this shouldn't say time bond, right? Because time bond isn't really going to have anything to do with
it's not
the
unstandard for the
district.
ones that we write to maintain that.
Oh, okay. I
Um,
mean, I don't mind if that's kind of the way that it goes,
mhm.
but I just didn't know because none of the other documents
No, I know, because when I initially wrote them, I didn't put GPR on them because I didn't think I
yeah.
should, and difference of opinion, I guess. So, yeah, I can ask them about. I mean, we can definitely tone down the cover page
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
a
was
little
just when I
much.
first saw it, I was like, oh, okay, time bond.
Yeah,
That's who wrote this one.
yeah,
I mean, I know it was you,
some
but
pride
still.
in ownership.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Um,
need to come up with a snappy logo then to
yeah.
put on
I mean,
Sure.
Josh, you're getting so many added responbilities
I
now.
know,
that.
social
Here we
Social
media
go.
coordinator
media, and
and
Oh
then a
logo.
no.
brand coordinator.
I
Yeah.
think we call him brand
Well,
ambassador.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other
Marion's the influencer. She should do that.
the other question I had was I know there was a section in there about rate setting,
Mhm.
but this will probably apply to water as well, but are there like initial connection fees that also need to be set? At minimum, I know it's like there's going to be an I&I fee component with Natick, but I didn't
Yep,
know if typically there are additional sort of initial startup and
it
connection
is
fees.
standard to have initial connection fees. I know mine is 6 grand in Grafton,
Hmm.
for sewer.
Is
So
there a methodology to sort of determining that?
I can ask. I think part of it is with water, you want to be able to cover the cost of, usually you cover the cost of the meter in that fee. You're going to cover any cost of inspection by your maintenance contractor, so their time to review what the new connection is, their time to inspect it, to make sure that it went in according to the district standards should be recouped as well. Um, and I can ask my rate setters if they have any other metrics that I'm not thinking of as well.
Okay.
So
And then is that something that would typically be listed in the O&M, or would that be listed in the rules and regs or somewhere else?
I would think it would be, where would you list it? You would probably have it um, either in the rules and regs, or the rules and regs will refer to a fee table. Um, I think in your case, your rules and regs are easier to update. You're not going to like town meeting to do it, so you may not need to do that fee table uh, exercise. I've seen it just appendix because that's an easier thing to
Okay.
update outside of the public forum. Or
So I guess we just, as a district, we probably need to remember, because I don't think that our rules and regs currently has a section about initial connection fees, right? Because I don't remember talking about it at least.
Oversight and maintenance seems to be a place where you might want to put fees, but uh, it may be a matter of which is easier to revise.
you want it to be in a place that a new applicant would be looking, right?
Yeah.
For your
Okay, yeah,
connection fees.
Yeah.
So they're more likely to look into your rules and regs to make sure they're connecting in accordance with your rules and regs
mhm,
versus the maintenance. This is a document that can be available on your website, but they're not always, they're publicly accessible, but not always publicly facing, I could say.
right. The maintenance contractor will probably have something to say about the types of.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, but I think we just need to make sure that we remember to update our water and sewer rules and regs when the time comes and we start talking about setting rates and connection fees and everything,
Yeah.
so that we just remember that we need to put that into the rules and regs, because I don't think we, is there even a placeholder in there for them right now?
No. And again, it could also be, I think I've seen it just listed on websites as well. Like this is our connection fees.
Mm,
So, but yeah, we need to make sure that's addressed.
I mean, we want it in a place where it's really easy to update.
Yeah, definitely.
So maybe just on the website or But it might be good to list, what the charge types are at least, so people understand what's behind it.
Yeah, a lot of times it'll be listed a connection fee for like your single family homes, and then it might have service sizes going up on, your water and or sewer uses. So, yeah. Okay. Do we want to go to water?
Yeah.
All right,
Sure.
give me a second to switch this.
Save. Remember to save.
Yeah, oh, I should redate it too
Yeah.
before I forget.
I didn't find these. Did I find these? I didn't find these on our site. I think you might have just sent them separately.
I don't have access to the site
Right.
anymore.
So
So,
I'm not
yes, I
sure
believe.
any of us do either. So
Okay.
we struggle a little. Some of us can't even open it. So
Yeah,
um, so maybe Jeremy could put it on the site if you send it to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
And then
did
just,
find an old, very old email that had a link to it and somewhere and was able to open it up. So
Good.
I
Yeah,
can get into
I'm
the
able to open it, but
SharePoint.
it asks for my Sherborn mad.org, that email password. So,
Oh yeah. Mine opens just with my email, luckily. So now I just have that one email saved in the corner. So I use that every time.
I think it depends where you click on the once you open it, where you click whether you need to enter a password or not.
Okay.
and I've been trying to open it from I bookmarked it, and that's,
hmm.
I haven't tried going back to the email to see if it'll let me in that way.
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
have to go back to the email.
I bookmarked it too.
Yeah, I
And it
booked
works.
it and it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we're making progress, Liz.
We are. Okay, this is, can you, okay.
Insert snappy logo there.
Okay. Um, this is our drinking water O&M. So similar, but different because it's water. Um, same general introduction,
Mhm.
um, background on where the water's coming from, where it's treated, what your system is, kind of the overarching goals of the district, of the water distribution system, sorry, not the district. Uh, got our legal authority again. Uh, we're going to make that change right now. Town slash collector. Okay,
Mhm.
so redundant. Again, schedule and rates will be set when we have more information. Training and staff, this is again redundant from sewer,
Mhm.
as well as the tools, equipment, and spare parts, and customer service as well as the same.
It doesn't list any of the stuff like it did in the other. Does it need to? Tools and equipment and oh, I guess
Yeah, it
Tools
does.
and equipment.
if you go down another one, I think. Keep going. Tools and equipment and spare parts.
Oh,
Does it
so
need to list anything?
we
Just wondering.
do include right here. limited to pipe,
Oh, yeah,
fittings,
all right.
hydrants, shoring, hoses in appropriate size and
You
quantity.
got it. Yeah, it's just not bulleted. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Okay.
2.6, that last sentence. 24-hour notice posted on their front door or in. Does that sound right?
Or
Oh, okay.
or an automated call. Yeah, I think that's a wait, yeah.
Do
Are
we
we
have a
really
way
gonna
to
do an
do that?
automated call though? Do we, yeah, are we gonna have a way to do that?
I mean, we can just say call. This is if there is some sort of, so there is an emergency. So this is if you are going to have a shutdown, if there's going to be water loss, customers do need to have a heads up, and we're committing to just a 24-hour notice. So
I would say and automated notification to their home. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be like an email list or a cell phone list, but a call would be tough, right?
that's true. I mean, everyone has a cell phone. No one is listed.
Schools on a snow day seem to reach every single device that I have.
They do. They're really good at
That's
it.
what it was.
Yeah.
David, 24
After
hours.
after their front door or a call to their home, not an call. A call.
Could you say, or an attempt to
And
notify using information on
Yeah, I
file?
was gonna just list posting.
or a call to their home. Oh, right. Right, yeah.
How about what if you said call or text to contact number listed on
I,
file? Like anybody can put any contact number on there.
I'd be a little more vague, like an automated notification. That way, if it's a call, a text, or an email, like you're covered. Like to call is going to be tough. Who's going to sit there and
Yeah.
call everybody?
Well, if I'm doing the logo, you're gonna call. You're gonna make the calls.
It's 5 calls, guys.
The best way to do it is shut the water off and they call you.
You're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
supposed to do that.
Pay attention.
I've done that before.
Okay.
Is shut off of water service better than shut down of water service? Shut off. Shut down.
I like shut off. I like shut off.
Okay. Perfect.
And maybe it's supposed to be hyphenated. Is that?
Because shut off sounds like somebody turned off a spigot, whereas shut down sounds like the entire system has shut down, you know.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. Work orders and usage tracking. Similar to what we just saw. Record plans. Again, I volunteer DPW. Records and daily logs, same as the last one we just saw, having the maintenance contractor being responsible for keeping them, but enabling the district and any other regulatory official to have access. Again, TBD on the SCADA. Funding is same, as well as capacity management. Capacity management. So a bigger overview of your system.
Liz, where is Sherborn on that distribution map?
Okay. Oh gosh.
Would it be good to show where Sherborn is? I don't know. It's down near it's just to the right. There you go. You hit it.
Okay.
Up, go up a little and to the left.
Oh, here. Right?
No,
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 the
Nope,
one,
this
there,
one.
yeah,
there,
this
there,
one.
there,
That
there.
one. I should know that. This is from the MWRA. It's just a general overview of the system. I don't have like the Framingham. I mean, we can,
Oh, yeah, you don't have side tributaries of it.
no. So these are your main branches that are conveying water
Yeah,
to Boston. So,
just for the curiosity of people who read this, they might want to know where Sherburne is in relation to this.
okay,
I mean, I mean, obviously it's not required, but
we can get
I'm
it
still
up.
getting used to where Sherburne is.
anyway, that's not a big deal. So you can go on, Liz.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
My fun fact of the day is my grandfather was displaced. He lived about here. Took him
No
Oh,
about,
wow,
way.
really?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
Really?
What town was that? There were
He
five
was
of them, I
in
think, weren't there?
well, he was in the southern tip of New Salem. So New Salem still maintained its township, but he was moved out. So if
No
it
way.
wasn't for the Quabbin Reservoir, my grandfather would have never met my grandmother.
Listen, and you wouldn't
Um,
even be here, Liz. So
no, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
All right, this is our system. We can kind of a placeholder graphic. We'll have better ones. And then we're getting into preventative maintenance. So the water main, um, you do want to flush your hydrants. They're tapped off of your main with a 6-inch feeder. Doesn't see a lot of action. You want to be able to open those um, twice a year. Just kind of lets that like sediment kind of flush out of the line. Make sure the hydrants are working as well. You want to exercise your valves, make sure they work, because when you need them, and you want them to work. I'm sure Josh and Matt have more to add to that than I do.
Yeah. Matt knows better than me.
Yes.
Yeah. Nothing like trying to close a valve when you can't close it.
Yeah.
oh dear.
And you need to close it.
Um, Lead and copper sampling, this is a regulatory requirement that we need to add in. You guys are fortunate, again, brand new district, you're not dealing with lead service lines. It's a struggle in the state right now. And this is water maintenance, water meter and service maintenance. Again, all brand new meters, but in the future, they may need to be replaced over time.
What will the water mains be made out of?
Ductile iron. Oh, okay.
Main plate.
The main trunk line coming in is a 12-inch ductile iron pipe coming in,
Yep.
and then well, actually, we haven't even talked about. I'd have to go back to the Framingham regulations. The homeowner services, those tend to be small, like 2-inch. They can be copper service lines or C900 pipe. So those are a much more flexible pipe that you can kind of, if you need to, weave through um, to put in. Everything on toll site will be ductile iron because we are dealing with bigger, we'll be taking that 12-inch through the site, and they have fire flow needs in the 3-story buildings.
Liz, in the fourth paragraph there, the first sentence, you need some word at the end of that sentence. As all infrastructure is newly constructed, service line replacement programs are not currently
Proposed.
proposed. Okay, great. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Okay. We don't think there's going to be a booster pump station. We do have modeling. We have the older modeling from Framingham. We'll be getting the newer modeling. I've been hearing soon. I think we have adequate pressures, but we have a placeholder here in case we need it. Again, placeholder for easements. and then our reactive maintenance. So what do you do if somebody hits a fire hydrant or your water main breaks?
You hope that we have exercised our valves.
That's when we need them, right?
Exactly.
And then just
Notify
gonna
Chickapee.
get rid of Chickapee again. Okay. Um, and I bet I have a paragraph at the end to fix. Annual reporting. So we will be reporting to DEP as well as MWRA for the water. So we did outline the annual statistical report that'll go to DEP. We are going to add in any MWRA requirements per our permit that we get from them. I highlighted this just because we're in the process of drafting the emergency management report as well, so making sure there's consistency. And then if there are ever hits of E. coli bacteria in the mains to what needs to be done.
Is it kind of references like daily somewhere or something. I don't know. How often is E. coli tested? Is that like is there a continuous testing or is that
Um,
I don't know. I'm just remembering from reading it.
yeah,
Samples per month and fewer 40 per
Oh yeah.
month.
System. More than 5% of monthly statements are total.
So it must be
System collecting
monthly.
for.
Yeah, for a system collecting 40 or more samples per month.
I can
It looks like monthly sampling.
ask as well on that. I can get the confirmation on what we need for reporting and or where the sampling
Yeah.
is happening. Okay, let me flag that. Okay. Okay. Similar appendices.
Mhm.
All right. I'm gonna stop sharing and I'm gonna rename this to today's date and I can send these. Well, I think there's a little bit of cleanup for me as well in there. Take a look and we will send them back. Do we want to? I'm going to say
We
go
have to
through
approve
those.
those as draft. Yet.
Yeah, let's just, they're drafts, so let's approve the draft so far. Does that make sense, Andrea?
So yeah, um, I'll move that we approve the O&M plans for the water and sewer draft, water and O&M plans for water and sewer as draft.
A second.
And roll call vote, Steve,
Aye.
Andrea, I, Marion,
Aye.
Josh,
Aye.
and Matt.
I
Um, anyone have a suggestion on, I guess, Liz, do you have a suggestion on what plan we look at next?
Marion's FEIR.
Um,
Oh, right. Sorry, yeah.
we did have a little discussion during the O&M discussion on sewer of the sewer access for Coolidge Street, and I think we all learned something there, so that's helpful. Um, and we're going to take it up at a future meeting again. But thanks for that, Liz. That was really useful to hear. Uh,
Yeah,
hmm.
I'm glad we were able to figure out, something to
Yeah.
accommodate the residents.
Hmm. So for the final EIR, I had put together this kind of list of stuff that I at least wanted to look at more carefully so that we the commissioners are comfortable with whatever document goes in as the final EIR. And there were a couple of sections that I paid some attention to and did a little work on. I shared them with you today just in case anybody had any time to take a look in advance, but I'm assuming that you didn't. So there were two areas that I thought that we could contribute to and help out with and make sure that it looks the way we want it to look. And one of them is regarding the open space. This is the a kind of easy one of the two. And if I can share my screen,
Okay.
Sure.
okay, let me just line it up, get it up on my screen, and then share. Sorry. Get back to the Zoom screen, share, share. Okay, I hope you can all see that.
Yep, it's up.
Yeah, I first just, is that big enough for everybody?
Yep.
I first just repeated the MIPA comment that I'm addressing here. And you already wrote a response to this, but I just added to it, Liz.
Okay.
This is the comment. They talk about deed restrictions, etc. What's required in the elderly and affordable bylaw that the open space, the 25 minimum acres of minimum open space be protected. And MIPA said the deed restriction doesn't appear to limit further alteration, including forested areas, and this should be discussed. So you had a draft discussion, and I just kind of added to it. Um, and my addition is in green here. The
Okay.
response, does that make sense so far?
Yep.
Um, uh, Liz's response, or the Toll Brothers Kennedy Wilson response, was they point out that it's subject to the EA district zoning, requires 25% of area permanently set aside for conservation, recreation, park, or buffer, and the project slightly exceeds this requirement. They have 26% open space. Actually, so far, Liz, that's not within the AEA district. So I'm not sure how you're going to handle that. Part of it is
Um,
in the EA district and part of it's not.
we demonstrate compliance with the EA district open space.
I mean,
Uh,
but oh, you found this 25% within okay, great. No, that's
yep.
good. I
Yep.
understand.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your response looks good. Um, I thought that you did ask of us, exactly how we want it protected. And this is open to discussion. This is just what I wrote, so it's my opinion. under a conservation easement held by the Sherborn Conservation Commission and recorded in the property deed. And the reason I suggested that Conservation Commission hold the restriction is that they have jurisdiction over the entire Peters Hill Reservation, and this open space is contiguous with that.
So to interject here, just to keep you guys on track, the North Sherborn Water Sewer District is not the co-applicant for anything related to the private development. So I think we are actually going to be submitting our special permit very soon for Meadowbrook, and I think that those details will be ironed out in that form as well. So I need to loop Jeff into any further commitments. I think that's why it wasn't.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so the district isn't an applicant here, and we're going to be in our introduction, we're pretty clear about you're only applicable to the ITA jurisdiction, so anything related to the infrastructure, not Meadowbrook or Coolidge itself.
Okay. It'll be permanently protection as a condition of the per of the special permit.
Yeah, so we don't have that special permit yet, and those discussions haven't happened with the planning board.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. But you will have to have a special permit.
Yes,
So,
definitely we will. And like I said, we are going to be submitting that pretty soon as well.
okay, so exactly how that turns out is not our business here, is what you're saying. And I understand that absolutely. I'll just leave it with the question marks.
Okay.
And then however that special permit turns out, we can modify this.
Yeah, I mean, the goal is to submit this likely before we have our special permit, so I think it will be vague. And I really, MIPA is just, this question came out of MIPA's initial concern on how we were restricting any further wetland impacts because we do have a crossing. So there will be a deed restriction filed related to the crossing because if you trigger over 5,000 square feet of wetland impacts, there's Army Corps permitting you have to do. And we're under that, and they're saying you need to stay under that, and we need to make sure that, there's no further impacts to the wetlands. And then it transitioned into the DEIR, and we got this comment about the rest of the open space. And I mean, the big answer is we can't do further development on this project just because of the nature of the site, right? We're adhering to the district requirements with the EA district. We can't put more lots on it and or more units on it and maintain the open space requirement. So it's just that vehicle of maintaining the open space. Will it rely with the HOA or the town? I don't know that answer. And then will site Coolidge is also,
But
again, has their permits in hand as well and no vehicle to expand.
yeah, I think that's clear. That's good. And you can't expand in that space anyway because it's your open space.
So that,
But
yeah.
MIPA's comments seem to be concerned with alteration, including forested areas. And
Yeah.
under the open space EA requirement in the EA bylaw, you could use it as a park. You could cut down the forest and put a playground up there. There are things you could do. So it's upland and it really should remain forested. So I was trying to get that in here.
Okay.
So yeah. I think if you could say unbuilt and forested, uh, unbuilt and with an attention to preserving the upland forest or something like that. Because I know that's what you plan to do.
To the extent we can. We do have, you know, infrastructure as well. So,
You have a couple wells up there.
yeah, we'll
And we,
likely pull
and we,
together an exhibit to show what we're committing to for this.
okay. Um, and then I wanted to make sure that this is also a special permit thing, but you did promise a public walking path
Yep,
that connects it to Peters Hill Conservation.
yep.
But um, so something like just mentioning that would probably be good
Okay. Yep, that is intended.
in your favor. Okay, so I'll save that. So that's all I had there. Actually, that one was pretty easy. The other one was regarding the I'm gonna just stop share, open another file. The other one was regarding a MIPA comment to which you didn't have any response written yet.
Okay.
So I tried to see if I could draft one for us. I shouldn't
Thank
say
you.
you, I should say us. And I ran it past the Sherborn Board of Health and it passed that muster. So this is sorry, just share my screen again. Share. Hope I'm picking the right one. Yeah. You see response to MIPA 15?
Hmm.
Okay. So this was uh they wanted you to address basically it was the a butters letter that was so concerned about blasting and effects on private wells. And that's what MIPA said. And before noisy work, et cetera, et cetera. And so I thought it would be good to have any information, if you do have any, on how much blasting or bedrock removal that you anticipate will be needed. Because the change in plan adds basements that weren't there before.
Hmm.
So we don't have any data so far on, how much blasting or ledge removal of any kind would
Yeah, I
be
don't
needed.
think we have exact numbers. We may have ballpark, and I'll see if we're willing, what we're willing to share on that. Um, okay.
I mean, in either case, the response to me is essentially the same because the Board of Health has has regulations regarding blasting and effects on well water quality of abutters.
Okay. This is
So
helpful.
I'll
Thank
just
you.
let you guys read this and you can tell me if it sounds okay.
Okay. Thank you.
And there's a little more. Wait, there's more.
Yeah, I think we're comfortable to make those commitments. I mean, we
Okay.
have to, right? We have to follow the law. So, yes.
I know. You have to follow the law, but I thought it'd be good just to kind of summarize the law so
Yeah,
they know.
thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Appreciate it.
So welcome. So can I stop share?
Yeah.
Okay. So I sent this around to everybody. Will, I'm sorry, I don't think I copied you on it. Um, but I figure if I sent it to Liz, you would get it.
Yeah, I'll send it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll see it.
Okay. Um, I guess just to review outstanding items, we have the emergency management plan is um, coming. I was supposed to get a copy today. I should be getting a copy tomorrow, and then I can distribute it to you all for review. Again, another document that is more, say, boilerplate and will have some holes for, for completing the full system design as well as getting that maintenance contractor. And we are also figuring out, I think what we are intending to release is maybe a basis of what rate setting will be on in the business plan versus developing a full one right now without having that big unknown of what the maintenance contractor costs. So those are the next two um, coming, and I think we can also, I mean, the actual FEIR chapters will be fairly short for water and sewer. The FEIR is supposed to only highlight changes since the draft EIR. And really, our changes have been advancement of our articles of organization and of the design. So that's where we'll be highlighting our changes. And in our alternatives, we've been asked to provide a little bit more detail on environmental impacts. So we'll characterize those as well.
That FEIR is a huge job.
It's less than the DEIR. The DEIR is the big one. So again, now we're supposed to just respond to comments and highlight changes. So we're really trying to make it much more concise in this case.
Liz, other than the two sections that I offered some suggestions on, are there any other sections that you particularly want our input? I haven't looked through it again to see, I don't know exactly what the latest version of the FEIR is, but since we're co-signing it, we want to make sure that we know what you're saying.
Yeah, let me. Oh,
We still have time to do that, so.
yes, you do. Okay. It My computer just is slow on opening things. Okay.
Liz, have we done the water conservation plan? Do you recall?
We did. Yeah,
We
check it off.
Last
very
time, I
done
think.
closing it.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
Outdoor
Uh,
water use, did we do that? No.
that is the drought management plan,
Okay.
and water conservation has it. So yes, that is
Okay.
addressed.
Mhm. So do you still have the same target date for the FEIR?
June 1st? Yes. Yep. Yeah, we are well, I think we're making great progress here, right? I think hopefully we can get through emergency response plan and the basis of rate setting memo, and then maybe you guys can take a break. Um,
Woo!
I don't know. I don't want, and we will be, our plan is to give all these documents we've been going through, as well as our water, sewer, and alternatives analysis chapters. We want to give a draft of those to WRC in advance of the FEIR so they can take a look at it and respond and make sure that they're satisfied with everything. So we're not rescoped for supplemental or too much
Right.
back and forth.
When do you think you'll be able to do that?
We're hoping in the next month to do
Mm.
it. So,
Okay.
yep. So I have the MIPA comments up here. So I guess this first one is like the big one, right? Noting that you guys are the co-proponent for all sections that pertain to the district's water and sewer infrastructure. Um, that you're on board. So, and then it does ask about our alternatives analysis, which is part of the ITA. We were scoped to provide environmental impacts for all the alternatives we had to evaluate, which are a lot for the ITA. It's wetlands, stormwater.
Yeah. Oh, we have discussed this.
The existing homes, this is WRC asking for more information on those three properties in Kendall Ave. Like, why were they connected? Why didn't they have an ITA? And the answer is really that it was done before these regulations were in place. I had reached out to Framingham and they don't have records of when those water mains were connected. They don't have plans for me, but they were happy to meet me in the field and walk through it. So gave them the information we have, and that's one of the things that happens with um, utilities. Sometimes you just don't have those old records. Same thing, you guys are part.
mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
I think a lot of these we addressed and we were sharing it more just so you could see how we were responding.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, this is them asking me to find a parcel in Natick or Framingham to put our wells on.
Really.
So I think I searched Zillow and I was like, yeah, that doesn't exist. So, yeah, here we go. Natick, 7.3 acres for $5 million. No, not to mention the infrastructure to get there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so,
Good.
water conservation we've addressed. MWRA always makes this comment, just noting I&I projects need to be completed prior to us connecting. That's on Natick, and they are aware. Parking, traffic. So I think a lot of our holes were related more to energy and transportation, just because I don't have those answers
We've got
yet.
13 done now. Yay.
Yeah, yes, I will add that in. Oh, yeah. This one, yep.
Oh, actually, regarding there was something there about noisy work. Um, you could take that bit about the fire department requiring advance notice of noisy of blasting in order to minimize uh, n- vibration and noise uh, for our butters.
Yeah, and I'll typically permits have designated work hours as well, so we'll see
Yeah.
those too.
Okay.
Yep, good idea. Co-proponent comment again. Um, we were asked about, so there was 20,000 gallons of reserve capacity to serve any future development. We cited a potential future use would be the potential MBTA communities.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Oh, wait a second. Go back a bit. The MBTA Communities Act overlay district has been finalized.
oh, Okay,
Let's see.
that has been.
Multifamily overlay district. Relates to a parcel that has been zoned. It's a single parcel. It's on Kendall.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on a minute.
But at this time,
The town has worked toward compliance. Yeah. Okay. Fine. The chosen location
I
for
think
the
I can
MOD.
delete this whole paragraph now that you have your district, right?
Yeah. Hmm. And the rest of that is fine.
Okay. Okay. Oh, this is not correct. I misscaled that. So our permits, coordination,
Hmm.
asked to identify temporary and permanent impacts related to the water and sewer infrastructure for the district. Our intent is to put everything in the right of way, which is considered, if even under the Wetlands Protection Act, trenching in existing paved roads is considered exempt.
Mhm.
Alternatives.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
Right. For the proposed trails, what did you
Mhm.
put there? Um,
Where was that? Oh, they were asking the material. So our intent with the trail, because portions of it are existing now, a few times have been out. There's been people using them, right? So we're gonna maintain the trail as is, maybe clean it up a little, do any, if we need any minor clearing around it or any, like I said, just general cleanup. And where new trails are being proposed, they'll be in a natural state. So
yeah.
potentially looking to use wood chips. I mean, that's all we're clarifying. We're not doing any sort of paving or any sort of stone dust trail. It's going to be a wooded trail.
Right. And there will be public access from the aqueduct to the development through the emergency access, which is only closed to cars, but not to
Yep. Yeah, we'll
walkers.
have one of those gates that,
Yeah,
people can go.
pedestrian lane. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
EV, these are transportation
What about the
comments.
MWRTA?
Metro West Regional Transit Authority. So I'm going to say that this one is
Just
out.
wondering what.
out of my scope and is with the transportation consultant. I don't have a status update on it right
And I
now.
think that's part of the, um, well, it's going to be part of the comprehensive permit update probably, which still has to be done with zoning board.
Yeah, so
Correct.
it's a matter. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, correct. And we haven't, I know MDM has reached out to the Metro West.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
may not want to have a drop there, is what MDM
Yeah.
said.
Okay. Well, we're trying, but it's up
Yeah.
to MWRTA in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're happy to put the turnaround in. We've planned for it. Um, so we'll be in touch with them.
Yeah.
Um, Conservation restrictions we've been over. Forest clearing. Um, Coolidge has their approved notice of intent, so we have some very specific planting counts here. And Meadowbrook, we're gearing up to put it in. So we are meeting conservation's um, mitigation requirements for tree clearing. That gets into
Mhm.
wetlands.
So you're working that out with Concom?
Coolidge has their order of conditions. They are approved, so that has been worked out, and Meadowbrook is gearing up to file. So we are proactively in Meadowbrook incorporating the standards that the Coolidge project met. So,
Okay. And what about the wetlands monitoring?
oh, that's a requirement from the Wetland Protection Act. So when you fill a wetland and do replication, you're supposed to monitor it for 3 years after it goes in to make sure that it does what it's intended. It
All right.
functions as a healthy wetland ecosystem. So Toll will um, their wetland consultant is Goddard. That's why they're highlighted right there. Likely
Okay.
Goddard will be
That'll
contracted to
that'll
do
be
that.
boilerplate.
Yep. Yep.
So does this stuff have to do with the project or have to do with the water
This,
sewer district?
yeah, so
This
I
like
mean,
overall project permitting, or does
Yeah,
this
it's
have to
really
do
the
with?
overall project.
yeah, we got very little on the water sewer district. It was really a request to, um, uh, sorry, a request to expand our alternatives minorly to address water conservation, these articles of organization. Um, and then I think we've been asked for in this one,
Yeah,
we've been
this
asked to kind of
from,
run our capacity a little bit different as well. So,
from MIPA 46, we have that information
yep, we do.
in the legislation, basically.
hmm So, um, yeah, asked for clarification. And some of this is like WRC asking questions that the MWRA already has procedures for.
Mm.
Like what's our limiting factor? We're not going to shut water off if there's a fire and you're hit over 0.08 million gallons per day. So,
Oh, on MIPA 48, I had a question here because I wasn't really clear about what they're asking. Expansion,
yeah,
are they asking about what would lead to the expansion of the district?
yeah, they are. So as part of the initial alternatives analysis, I did cite the work that the town had done in looking to serve for public water at the town center and noted that, and we were also asked to consider redundancy, so more than one connection for this water main.
Mm-hmm.
So the commitments that we made were that if the district was ever expanded, redundancy would then be considered, and that likely expansion would mean going to the town center and serving these critical areas that are currently on public water supply wells.
Yeah.
So they kind of latched onto that, and they wanted to know as much as we could about that expansion. And it's just at this point, it's more of an understanding of a community need versus having a formalized plan.
Right. Yeah, that's correct. I think this is written correctly.
Yeah. So, and I think they're just being cautious because they understand an expansion is, again, another MIPA filing, another ITA, all of those, but
Yeah.
you have a big hurdle already, a couple of them, right? Like you already have a water main in one connection, but you'll have a district organized, articles of organization in place.
Mhm.
Oh, talked about that. So, co-proponent again. And these are our summaries of our ITA requirements and how we're meeting them.
Mhm. Huh,
Yeah. This was buying properties in Natick, Natick, Framingham, or Ashland.
I thought they already asked that.
So what happens, I know there's redundancy because the MIPA certificate will put in everyone's comments. So
Oh,
I'm going to
right.
probably stop after we get through MIPA just because the comments are redundant. Um, the on-site irrigation wells, they're asking for clarification. We are intending to maintain those just for private use.
Mhm.
ESE is our irrigation consultant, so I'm seeking just more input from them, or landscape consultant. And then the meters. I will know more about that in 2 weeks. We have standards both from Framingham and MWRA. MWRA has been through Framingham standards and wants to talk to us about how they'd like to see modifications to it. Um,
Mm.
we will develop a memo on that one. We have a drought management plan. We did that.
Users won't be charged different rates for drinking water versus irrigation water, right?
No,
They'll
you
just
what?
pay for the water.
Yep. And we proposed a block structure, so the
Right.
lower usage is cheaper than more usage. Uh, this is saying you can't have um, sewer without
Yeah.
public water. I&I, we've got that. Stormwater, I think we're out of, this is stormwater. So I think we're through the ITA stuff. Yes, we're into energy. We can skip all of these and now we're done. So that was the response to comments. Really, this is kind of our outline for the FEIR.
Mhm.
So you have this document. Happy to go through anything in further detail if you want.
No,
But
it's
thank
okay.
you
I
for
think
the responses though, Marion. That was great. So,
you covered everything that we would be worried about as the water district,
okay.
I think.
Those are what I have for documents tonight.
Nice.
Okay, Andrea.
Okay, so we have an agenda item of discussing sewer access for Coolidge Street residents. Um,
Should we accept those? Do we accept, we voted on that? We don't have to accept anything on what we just went
no,
over, right? Okay, perfect.
no.
Yeah,
Um,
skip that.
Cool.
is there, all right, is there anyone in the public that wants to say anything before it gets any later?
Mm.
think we've lost our public except for Tom. Um, so do we want to discuss? I think we did tonight. We discussed sewer access. We got a little more information on that and some accommodations, and that's super helpful, I think. So maybe we're done with that item.
Okay.
We need to do some minutes because we need to post as many as we can. So
Yep.
Josh sent a couple out recently. There was April 1st that, and I made comments and he sent out an updated draft. And also Josh, I believe you sent November 6th, which was, they were kind of MIA.
Yep. I did those in April 8th.
And you sent April 8th. Yes, you did. Okay.
And 11/6. So there should be 3 of them outstanding and 3 of them that I sent out.
Okay.
Hey, Josh, could I ask you something?
Sure.
I do get your emails with the attachment with the minutes,
Mhm.
but they're not in the usual Word attachment format, and
Oh yeah.
I'm not able to download them. It shifts me over to Outlook in a way that I can't access them. I can see them on the
Really?
screen, but I can't download. And so
Really?
they come across as EML files.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but I know you intend to send them as Word docs.
Yeah, I usually take a Word doc, I drag it in and send it. That's how I've been doing them. Everybody else? Anybody else getting that?
How do
I have them as Word docs.
I do too.
you have no trouble downloading them as Word
No,
docs?
no. What program are you using, Marion?
I'm on a Mac, and
And are
and
you just on Apple Mail?
not on Apple Mail. Let's see, they come through on my Sherborn, Mass, my town website. So that's Outlook.
Oh, so you're using like webmail?
Um, well, our Sherborn.org websites.
Right. So you're
Yeah,
using a web browser to access your email.
yeah,
Let's see.
I'm using the town's browser basically.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
I wonder if it's something about going through the website.
I
Because
think,
I just use Apple Mail, just like the regular mail program, and they just come through as Word doc attachments.
Yeah.
well, and you're able to access your SherbornMad.org emails through
Hmm.
Apple Mail.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just need to use that something else other than what I'm using.
Yeah. I have Gmail. I was just checking my email. I copy myself on those. I have Gmail. It opens up fine
Okay.
as a Word doc.
Yeah, it doesn't go to, well, what I should do is just forward it to my Gmail account and open it from there.
Probably.
Anyway,
Or do you want to just send your Gmail? I could use your Gmail as the contact, or do you
sure.
like using?
I like using both actually. Just send it to me via SherbornMad.org and send it also to me via Gmail. Send it to
All
both
right.
keys.
Okay. What's that? What's the Gmail?
I'll write you an email.
Yes. Send me that. Yeah, yeah. I'll put it in. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm noticing on the April 8th, so I mean the minutes seem to be missing our discussion, the crux of our discussions, which have been the water and sewer regs, etc. and I'm not even seeing them there. And so
Let
I
me
think
take a look.
April 8 needs a little,
Okay, let me take a look.
and it talks about approval of minutes, but it doesn't specify which minutes we,
Oh, yeah.
so,
Let me see. Yeah.
and the times, I don't know if they're correct,
Yeah.
I think
I
there's
had a
some
little,
details are not.
yeah, I'll work on that. I had a little trouble with the AI. I had to give it a little talking to.
Okay,
So
all right.
I guess
So
that's
that one,
something you have to do. You have to be mean with it sometimes.
Yeah.
get angry.
Yeah. All
My,
right. So
I had,
what
sorry, go ahead.
do you want to just approve? Did the 11s look all right?
The November one
Yeah,
looked
November.
fine. November 6th, um, I'd be in favor of approving. And the April one, I just had one question. Well, was it which minute was it? It discussed, and maybe it was the November one, just a quick question. We talk about at what point, right here, I just found it. The commission discussed the need to define a scope of work. This is under water operator research contracting discussion. Last paragraph, the commission discussed the need to define a scope of work before meaningful pricing could be obtained. It was noted that if the annual value of the contractor exceeded, and it said $50,000. I wasn't sure that was the right number.
Yeah. Okay. I did not look at that. I did go through this one. This was a tougher one because when they're town hall and Zoom, it doesn't pick up on who's saying what, misses a few things. So I went through most of that. I didn't hit that spot, but I could
I didn't.
adjust that.
I would just say it was noted that if the annual value of the contract exceeded a certain threshold, public,
Okay.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So whatever that threshold is.
Is Jeremy on? Do we have a threshold?
Yeah, I wasn't even sure if it was 15,000.
I want to say it's 15,000, but I don't.
Okay.
But I don't know 100%.
That was
Jeremy's watching two meetings right now, so he might be
Oh yeah, right,
in a
no
different
problem.
meeting.
I'll just put a certain threshold.
Yeah, I think that works.
That sounds fine. I mean, they're
and
minutes. It's not the rules or regs. So
You
okay.
know, Andrea, maybe, sorry to interrupt, but maybe we should thank Liz and Will at this point.
Oh, sorry.
And-
I'm so
and-
sorry.
Yeah.
We should
And-
set our next meeting though before we
Oh,
Sorry.
that's
before we let them go.
I hate to see them go, so I like to keep them. All right, let's
You're
set our
too
next.
kind. Thank you.
Uh,
Next
do you
week is
all-
out because it's school vacation week.
what week is out?
Next week.
week of the 20th to 24th.
Okay. Okay.
Thank God for you people with kids. We can young kids, we can take a week off.
God. All right, so that could leave the 29th if that works for anyone and everyone.
I think it
Do we
does.
want to try for that?
4/29.
Does that work for you, Liz and Will? Yeah.
Make it work.
It
Yeah.
does. Thank you.
And we can discuss what we need, the emergency management plan and whatever else we need. Okay, to discuss then. Okay. So our next meeting is the 29th. And we will also open it up again to public discussion on the access to the sewer for Coolidge Street residents.
Yeah. I would just wait until you have confirmation from Bob that he'll be ready at that point. I think he will be, but I don't know that needs to be a standing agenda item, you know? It's just
Okay,
whenever
I'll make
Bob is
sure-
ready to come talk to us about it, then you can just put that onto the agenda.
Okay. All right. Whenever he's ready. He
Yeah.
asked for the next meeting after this one, but I will certainly confirm with him that he can make it.
Yeah.
And perhaps the other abutters as well, or other residents of Coolidge within the district.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Liz and Will. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Have a good night.
Thanks. Good night. So back to the minutes.
I just changed those. The 11-6, I put in that language. So
Okay.
if you want to accept them as amended, I'll post those as finals if we want.
I move approval of the 11/6/25 meeting minutes as amended.
A second.
Second. You've got it, Marion. All right. All right. Roll call vote. Steve,
Aye.
Andrea, I, Marion,
Aye.
Josh,
Aye.
Matt.
Matt's still with us. He's on mute, but
Matt
Oh,
fell,
Matt, you're on mute. I don't know if you're trying
Matt fell
to.
asleep.
I'm glad it's only one of us.
How about can we approve the minutes from April 1?
I make a motion. We approve the minutes for April 1.
I'll second. Okay, Marion. Roll call vote. Steve,
Aye.
Andrea, I, Marion,
Aye.
Josh,
Aye.
and Matt.
Aye. Sorry,
Awesome.
I'm going to get my kid in Dover, and the reception is bad.
Did you want to vote in on the approval of the November 6 minutes?
I said
as-
aye. I was just in a
Okay.
bad. I'm in a bad spot.
Awesome. Okay. Excellent. We have those done.
All right, so I'll send those. I'll post
Yes.
those tonight.
Yeah.
The 8th, I'll work on. I'll send them back out if you want to make changes. We'll work on that until the next meeting.
Okay. December 3rd apparently is missing. Do you know about that one?
I don't. I thought I had.
12/3. I think John Doyle found that was missing. So I don't.
Oh yeah.
So
12/3.
maybe,
Huh?
yeah, just maybe it's done and
All right. I thought
don't
that
know
was
it.
one. Let me see in my list here. Hold on, I have a list. 12/3 I have done. I just don't know if it came through. That's on my list.
Oh, cool. Then
Of one of
just
the-
send that as well.
Okay. 12/3.
And so then we're pretty up to date until 4/8 we'll work on and tonight.
Okay.
Awesome. Thanks for doing all that, Josh. It's
No problem. I'm glad we're once we get all this over with, it'll just be one at a time.
yeah. And we won't be meeting every week, so it won't be so frenetic.
Yeah, that'll be good too.
At least not for the time being. Okay. Are there any other updates? The intermunicipal agreement update, is there anything to report?
I don't believe
Perhaps
so.
not.
On the Framingham IMA, there's not. We're still waiting on Mass DOT,
Okay.
or not Mass DOT. What are we waiting on? We're waiting on the state.
Okay. And anyone have anything else they want to discuss relative to district startup, ownership transfer, procuring water system operator, etc.? Anything? No.
I don't have anything.
Okay.
I haven't really thought about any of the water operator stuff for working
Right.
on these documents in the minutes. So
Totally. Yeah.
same thing with the insurance. I haven't even really given that a lot of thought either.
That's okay. We'll get there. Maybe we'll see what we have for next time or the time after.
Okay.
Maybe we do insurance then. All right. Anything else? Anyone? I move we adjourn.
I'll second that.
9:21 p.m. Um, sorry.
right.
Steve,
Aye.
Andrea, I, Marion,
Aye.
and Josh,
Aye.
and Matt.
Aye.
All right, awesome. Thanks,
All right.
everyone.
See you
All
all in
right.
2 weeks.
Have a good school vacation week,
Yeah.
and we'll see ya.
I'm gonna. Thank you.